Welcome back to my channel. Let's go to IKEA. It's a winter 2024 shop with me at IKEA here in Sweden, Scandinavia. And I was looking online at some of the high-end looking pieces and I wanted to see them in person. So I thought I'd take you along with me. So the Swedish flag is flying high. Leave me a comment if the Swedish flag flies. IKEA you visit. This says ingång, which is the main entrance, and then you have the exit over there. But in recent years, the last couple of years, you do have an exit and entrance on both sides. But for today's purposes, we're going to go through the main entrance, the revolving doors, and then this is IKEA here. And obviously we are buying everything with the app these days as well. It goes faster. Let me know also in the comments if you have the app. We have a cafe on this side of the entrance as well. It's really a cozy cafe. It's really nice, but then you don't have to go upstairs to the hall where you have all the food and all the hustle and bustle. If you just want to have a coffee and have it quiet time before you head into IKEA, you can. These are the wheelchairs. Let me know as well, do you have wheelchairs at the IKEA and these special wagons which are available for people who aren't able to walk in? But first, let's start with the kitchen. So as I came up the escalator, I saw this section. This kitchen has been here for a while, but I love to scour this kitchen because they've got a lot of detailing, like these glasses, these sort of bistro glasses. I love them. You can do desserts in them, drinks in them. The options are endless, and even that chopping board or the serving board was really, really beautiful. Now, if you don't have the money to spend on a handcrafted kitchen and shaker style kitchen, which would be my dream, this one would be a great option. It is a beautiful kitchen. It's got really lovely detailing on the edge of the door, a shaker style, and I wanted to draw your attention to this. Now, I see a lot of high-end kitchens having these beautiful sort of fans and hobs that they build in, and it looks so beautiful, but that's quite costly. But in Sweden at IKEA, you can put it into a cupboard. I have that in my kitchen, and it really is seamless, and it also gives you a little extra storage. So if you're planning any type of kitchen renovation, I'd highly recommend you go to IKEA, even if you had the money to go somewhere else and look around. IKEA is a really great way to just see what the Scandinavians do, because they really have some great ideas. Like this, lights in the drawers. This is so high end. I love it. It just is so unexpected. And in the evenings, if you want to have your dim and mood lighting and you open your drawer, you can still see what's inside. So I think it's a really, really classy way to elevate your kitchen, and IKEA does offer the feature. And another way that you can keep your kitchen looking really high end, even if you buy an IKEA kitchen, is a flushed sink like you saw, and these sort of press on open and closing knobs on the doors. It really keeps everything very seamless. Let's move on to the sofas. Now, this sofa is one of my favorites. I will have all the names in the description box below, and you can see them on the screen now. It is a slip covered sofa, but it has this long lumbar cushion on the sofa, which is very, very high end. Now, it is 10,495 krona, which is roughly about $1,000. Now, as you can see, this one, not so nice. Similar style, the cushions are separated. It's not thick, it's not lush, it's not plush, and I don't think it is worth the money. But this little settee caught my eye. This is new. It was done in this sort of blue pinstripe, which was so pretty. I thought it would work really well in a sort of cottage style home. And also, if you didn't have a large space, if you were a student or you moved into your first flat, and your first flat is sort of like a studio flat, which is what I had, and you wanted to have a little settee, you could. This was a small profile. The arms were really narrow. It didn't take up a lot of space. It was just 2,795 crowns, under 3,000 crowns, which is a really good price. And if you wanted to keep it cottagey, you could go with the pinstripe, but otherwise I would definitely have used this. This is really, really beautiful, sort of a linen material, which is going to give it a really high-end upscale look. And like I said, the arms really are small, so it doesn't take up a lot of real estate. The only thing I have a problem with is that IKEA do not style their pieces so well, which is really a shame. This ottoman also caught my eye. It's a dark blue velvet ottoman, really well made. It looked so classy. I would love to bring it back home. It would have matched my walls perfectly, but I don't have room for it. And then I found this one as well. This doesn't open up. It's just a footstool, but it matches the settee. So if you had space to incorporate this and wanted to have extra seating, you could purchase this and it would match your sofa. Let's move on to outdoor furniture. So they had this setup, and I really like this basket. It was made from rattan material, but it's sort of a plastic rattan that's really durable outdoors. It's very high end because everybody is using it on furniture. So it's really going to last you. And I love the fact that it had storage. Now, when I was having young children, we were outdoors, I was always looking for things like this. I could store balls and all their toys that were outdoors. And in the evening, when you want to relax or entertain your friends, you could just put everything away and it looks really neat and tidy. Now, to go with that, they had a number of chairs in the same material. You could mix them all up and they would work really well. So you had a few options. This one was a larger profile. If you didn't have enough space, this chair would work. My friends have this indoors actually, so you can use it for both indoors and outdoors. It's really very, very versatile. Now, this little side table is not my favorite, but it does match the set. So if you want to buy something for your outdoor space this year, I will go to IKEA and have a look. Now, they had this chair as well. This I wasn't really 100% sure on it. I love the curved feature on the arms and it is quite nice, but I'm not 100% sure whether it looks really high end or not. So now these outdoor cabinets are one of my favorites. I love them. They're so beautiful. They're well made. They sit flush next to each other. You can have 3 of them like they do have here in a greenhouse, or even as a console. If you wanted to entertain, you could put food there. I really think it's definitely a piece worth investing in. Consoles. Now, they had a number of consoles and storage units at IKEA. This is one of my favorites as well. It opens and closes like butter. If you can manage the glass doors, it is really, really stunning piece. You could have 2 or 3 next to each other and make a long sort of built-in unit as well. This is another new cabinet that they have as well. I think it would work really well in the kitchen. It's got a beautiful sort of hunter green color. I could really see this working in a sort of a sitting room or a kitchen. You could put all your lovely crockery or glassware. It's got a sort of lacquered look to it, so I think it really would work in a very modern space as well. I'd absolutely use this in a modern style kitchen if I needed it. I love the color. Now, this cabinet is tall, it's big, it really is substantial. It has this beautiful inbuilt opening closing feature in the door, and it really is quite luxurious. I have this in my school and we display Montessori equipment in it, but here they've displayed glasses. It is such a great piece. Very flush. You could easily have a few of them together and it would really make a statement in your home. You could have one on either side and make a console in the middle and it would look like a built-in unit. This one is also fun. The doors are unexpected. It opens and closes beautifully. It also has a sort of lacquered shiny effect to it, which I like. I think it looks really high end. And then you have this one. So if you are inclined to sort of Scandinavian style, this one was really beautiful as well. It was a little bit rough around the edges and sort of whitewashed the wood, which is very Scandinavian. But there again, it was really flush and you could have a few of them and use it as a console or for storage in your home. Moving on to plates and dishes. Now these ones were also really, really pretty. Now in Sweden we have quite an expensive crockery set called Swedish Grace, and it reminds me of this. It's the same fluted design on the edging. This one is grey, so it is really a knockoff on that, but these ones are 149 for 4 of them, the side plates. I think the Swedish Grace you would pay that maybe for 1 of your plates, so this is really a steal. Now they have it in grey, they have it in blue, they have it in white, they have it in this sort of sage green, so you could mix it up if you wanted to, but it was a really good option. Stoneware, these plates are quite stunning. If you bought these plates, nobody would notice that you bought them at IKEA unless they turned to the back of the plate, because stoneware plates are so the rage now. Everybody's doing it, a lot of high-end places, but this looks really, really high-end. They have these bowls that go with it, so I can highly recommend them. They were sturdy, they were heavy, and really, really good find. Now these had to be my favorites, hands down. I saw something similar to this at H&M. I love it. I think it looks so high-end, it looks so classy, it's so unexpected. If you were bold enough to have it in your house, I would definitely recommend it. I loved it. Now the big dishes, serving dishes in the stoneware were also available, as well as the speckled one that I love so much. I could see this working in sort of a cozy cottage vibe. I could definitely have one of these in my kitchen. I think I might actually go buy one of them. These glasses I've seen before, and I had to include them in the high-end list of things I could buy at IKEA here in Sweden, because they are so stunning. I loved the amber color, and I love this sort of champagne flute style glass. Now I wasn't so keen on this shape. If you do like it, you could pick it up, but this one was definitely my favorite. You could do tiramisu in it, you could serve ice cream, you could do cocktails, you could do drinks, you could have coffee drinks in it. The list is endless, and it is such a stunning piece. You could put it in one of the glass cabinets you buy at IKEA. Cushions, my favorite section of IKEA. Well, it used to be my favorite section. I don't patronize it as much as I did before, but I found this is new. Obviously it says knit with the orange tag. 79 krona. It was such a good find because it was a sturdy material. It had a beautiful print on it. It sort of had a sort of sage green and pink on it. Definitely a spring cushion. So if you're looking to find some new high-end looking spring cushions, head on over to IKEA and get yourself one of these or a couple of these. They were really, really beautiful. I always look for cushions that have a sort of a thicker feel to them, because they always feel more high-end. IKEA do have some very cheap options that are really thin like this. I would stay away from them. And then I found this one. This one also looked really high-end. Great quality, great print. Yellow is a very popular color this year. It's sort of a mix between a yellow and a mustardy, but that was 129 crowns compared to the other one, which was 79 crowns. But I highly recommend them. They looked really, really high-end. Lighting. Now lighting, I have this one at home. It looks very, very beautiful. It looks high-end. It can be a little wobbly. That's the only thing that I would recommend. Try it at IKEA before you pick it up. It does have a tendency to wobble, but as you can see, they put two on either side and it really, really looks beautiful. It's got this sort of a rough stony texture to the base of the lamp, and then a really lovely cream lampshade. Now these were unusual. They are paper, like sort of cardboard, but they really looked high-end. I thought they looked like sort of a designer lampshade that you would pay thousands for. You know, the ones that you would go into a shop and you're like, why am I spending so much money on this item? It's just made from cardboard, but that's what it gave off. It gave off such a high-end sort of designer feel that somebody took a piece of cardboard and was able to make a lamp out of it. The same with the plastic lamps next to it, were also really pretty. I thought looked also very high-end, if that was your sort of art deco, vintage was your type of decor. Then they had this lamp, which I really, really like. If you're looking for an industrial type of lamp, this looked really good quality and very, very high-end. These were two new pieces, a sage green and a beige. They did have the flow lamps as well, which we will see on our way a little while later, but two beautiful colors actually, a beige and a gray. Now in recent times, rattan lighting has been a really, really popular feature, but I found this. I thought this one was really, really pretty, well made compared to all the other options they had at IKEA. I know people like to buy these IKEA rattan lights. I think they look cheap, they're not very well made, but this art deco light really looked very, very high end. I thought it looked beautiful. I can see it working in a number of homes, especially in sort of a Scandinavian art deco style home. It was really a good buy. Now I did find this. I was so excited about this because this is another new piece. 299 krona, but obviously it also screams sort of like a sort of very high-end designer type of lampshade, but it's just made from paper. It's just ridiculous, but I loved it. I thought it was so beautiful, so chic. I can see that the light will be really quite lovely in the home in the dark. I really wished I could buy it and bring it home and just see what it looked like. So if anybody has bought this and you're watching, please leave me a comment in the description box below how it looks at home. This was a standing version of it, standing light or table lamp version of it, which I thought was also really, really lovely, really cool, really funky. If that was your vibe, I could really see these working, and I really thought they looked classy and really high end. Then I walked through here, and these were the flow lamps that matched the pendant lamps or the ceiling lamps that I saw. I loved the brass detailing, the on-off knob. The light was lovely, and there again it was in this beautiful sage color as well as the beige. Now these were just 399 kronor, so not a bad price for a flow lamp, and looked really lovely. I could see it working in the kids' room. The options are endless. 4 flowers. Now I'm really into 4 flowers at the moment. When I moved to Sweden, I have to say about 15 years ago, 4 flowers weren't the best, but nowadays they're really, really pretty, like these ones. 19 crowns for these poppy flowers. They are so gorgeous. The leaves on them are not nice, and the inside, the middle of the flower was a little plasticky, but for the most part it looked really, really beautiful. For 19 crowns, I'm picking up a few to add to my centerpiece that I have at home. So if any of you have seen my centerpiece that I have on my dining table, I did it in the autumn. I'm really inspired with sort of whimsical flower arrangements, but I'm really bad at keeping anything alive, and flowers, fresh flowers to buy on a constant basis is too expensive, so I've started using 4 flowers. So I'm really excited to use those ones that I found. Now these were a couple of planters. This one looked really high end, as well as this one. It looks so pretty. The scalloped edge, I thought it was really, really lovely find. So IKEA does also have a number of terracotta pots in 2 different sizes. So as you can see, these are really nice. They're pretty high-end looking, I think, because terracotta is very, very popular, I think, in places like England and even in the States, in sort of high-end homes where they have greenhouses. They use a lot of terracotta pots. So I thought these were really nice. I use a lot of it in my home as well, but I picked some of mine up from a place called Plantation. It's a garden center, but they are more expensive. But IKEA does do a really good option if that was what you were looking for. This green planter was also really beautiful. I thought it looked really classy. You could have it in your home. Spring's coming up, and definitely something's worth picking up. Now, obviously, you can't go to IKEA and not go to the find section. So this says Dagens erbjudande, which means the day's sale. So these are the things that were available today. This was lovely. If you wanted to get a few of these, it was 2 together they had put. Like you said, it sits flush with each other, so you can have it in a hall, lots and lots of storage in a kid's room. It's already set up, so you'd have to bring probably a bigger vehicle to pick these sort of pieces up. But I love coming to the find section because they really mark them down quite a bit. So I just walked around looking at all the different types of shelving they have. Sometimes they have sort of dining tables like this. It really is luck of the draw what's available that day. This console was nice. They got some of these planters here, and you could pick these up inexpensively. They were selling them out, so they were just 35 krona, but they had quite a few boxes, like you see. I don't know why, but they were in the find section. So then I just made my way over to my favorite section in the find, and it's this section. You get a lot of small things, like they have these pressure cookers were a good price. This cast iron pan was a really good price. The copper pans that I have at home from IKEA, I found here in the find section. I found a lamp here that was quite expensive before. I've really picked up quite a few pieces. Now, it is best if you come regularly to look, but you know, you do find a few pieces like this divider for your kitchen unit. So this is the entrance from the exit area. So it is a smaller entrance, and obviously the exit is the main focus here. So now it's time to head on out, pay for my 4 flowers and my serviettes. I only bought a few things. I'm decluttering my home. I'm trying to get to 1,000 things by the end of the month. And I don't want to bring in things into my home unnecessarily, because it's going to deceive the purpose. So join me, subscribe to my channel, see if I get up to 1,000. That will be the next video that comes out. And I hope you enjoyed following along to IKEA here in Sweden, Scandinavia, to see what they had for winter 2025. And I focused mainly on a lot of the high-end pieces, things that I thought was high-end. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.